Hello, everybody. What we're going to do here today is play bits of All the Dark Horses, talk a bit about it, maybe we'll learn something, and maybe, I'll just play through it. Okay, so it started off, I don't know why, but I was sleeping in the control room at Shabby Road. I don't know why I was sleeping in the control room, but I was. And it wasn't that late because there were bands rehearsing, more than two, at least two. And I could hear their combined rackets just sort of wafting in the wind through the window, and I was drifting off to sleep. And I just realised that I had this wafty tune in my head, and so I was in the control room, so I got up and made a tape, that just an electric and a drum machine, that sounded probably almost exactly like this. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like. And so we played a bit with that for a while, and then we realised that if we sang those parts, that it just went to a whole different place altogether. So Frank and John got that together, and then John put his chorus in, which instantly just seemed like it had always been there. So yeah, it starts off with all those jangly guitars, which on Cake there was Threepenny Tears, and it had all of that stuff, at the start and at the end. And that was a whole bunch of jangly guitars, just too many. It was great. And Roger Bashiri, the producer, he called that the Tapestry of Life. And so on Dark Horses, we sort of did the Tapestry of Life too, with all of those, it's a lot of overdubs, just playing random guitars. And they went all the way through it. I don't think we used them all the way through it. And so, yeah, it's a nice start. And then it just, everybody straight in, full on for the beginning. You know, it's all, since we started playing it in a room, and Grant was playing that joyous bass, bubbly bass stuff that he's doing, and Stephen's clattering away everywhere. It was just going to be full on for the start, like the song remains the same, action packed, and then the chords would just swoop around in there, you know. Chunky chords, and then another brick in the wall sort of rhythms. Just descends into a flurry of finger picking. I've always liked that sound. I've always liked finger picking. Just the sound of different guitars picking and coming at you, you know, ever since I heard like Diary of a Madman and like some of those earlier Def Leppard songs when they would finger pick. I like that sound. It's not a million miles away from Johnny Marr, you know, although it kind of is, isn't it? But still. And then we come to like the key change bit. We're trucking along. Everything goes up. The semitone from that chord on, everything's up. At that point I was living in my pal Jodie's flat and I was making a wee 4-track demo of this song, and you know at the end it was just going to be that. And then it would be just going to go straight into it in the same key. And I must have wanted to speed it up. I wanted to speed it up, I did. And I just, you know, in the 4-track, you just turned the knob and it went up. It also went up a semitone and it was right there. And it was just as magical to me then as it is probably for you when you first heard it. You know, it just, everything went up on that chord, and then that came in, it was like a double whammy. So yeah, that was good. That was a good moment. That also, like on the 4-track, actually. Later, at this point I was living in Bonnyton in Kilmarnock in my own flat, and I was making a 4-track demo of Coda. Frank would come round every day and we just sort of worked on that 4-track demo, and that's the one that ended up on the album. But what I was doing at the time was scrubbing this 4-track of All the Dark Horses. And what I used to do then was, you know, I would record the track, but then I would listen to the other tracks of the older song that I was scrubbing. And at one point I just did that, because sometimes you get accidents and things happen. And at one point I did that, and the singing was like, waiting somewhere out there. Singing was doing that with the harmonies and everything, except over a Coda music. And it sounded kind of not right, but a bit spooky and weird with the harmonies in it. Just loved it. I thought it was perfect. So in a Coda, it was... It's hard to sing that because it's so, the notes are kind of weird, but yeah, that's from All the Dark Horses, Little Bridge. So there, we did learn something. I think we learned a few things there. So I think what I have to do is maybe play along with the record. I'll do that. Is that helpful? Is that a good thing? Well, the record's not an A, so you need to I would recommend putting a capo on one. Otherwise, it's all B flat, and who wants to deal with that? Let's see if this works. It's a mess. It's a mess. Okay. Okay, so I think that's about it for this little film. Thank you for joining me. It's been good fun to do, to sit and play and remember those old days of moving around a lot. So yeah, this is Paul from sunny Tacoma, bidding you farewell.